Hello, good evening, everyone. Today we will go quick demo to focus on how to verify whether SQL Server installation is successfully completed or it's a failed, and moreover, importantly, how to recover from the interrupted installation for the SQL Server, such as like you're trying to install the SQL Server in between unexpectedly SQL Server like database server or maybe virtual VM rebooted. In this scenario, how can you uh, begin the installation from the point of failure, or, or maybe how to go for troubleshoot, where we need to start? So generally, like SQL Server installation, you will go based upon the requirement. Like whenever we get the new customer on board, what we can do, we can go and install the SQL Server based upon the customer requirement. Maybe sometimes we'll install the SQL Server in the development machine or a test environment based upon the requirement. Here few cases, like we got a one customer, we need to onboard the customer for the next week. And that scenario, what we'll do, like Windows team will hand over the virtual machine and attaching the required disk. Like as we discussed it in the past, the Windows team will give the virtual machine as per the SQL Server best configurations installation uh, resources like a storage, CPU, memory, they will give. So from the database perspective, once we get the virtual machine, then what we can do, we'll copy the our SQL server like a media. Then we'll start to installation of the SQL server. Here few cases, the SQL server mostly 99% is will install successfully, but some cases SQL server installation is failed. So in this scenario, where we need to check why it is failed. Okay. Generally, this area database resource must aware where we need to start troubleshoot to follow the failed installation. Okay. So for that, uh, after installation, in the last panel, we can see the successful installation or failure installation. There will be log stored in the virtual machine. Okay. Generally, where it will store, there is a one default location. In the default location, based upon the SQL Server version. Okay, so the default location here is like C program files Microsoft SQL Server. If it is 2022, we can see 160 folder. If it is 2019, we can see the folder like a 150. If it is 2017, we can see the folder 140. If it is 2016, the folder we can see like a 130. Like we can see the folder. So in this scenario, we have a SQL Server 2022. We install the SQL Server, but unfortunately, SQL Server is failed. In this scenario, where you need to check it, we have to go to here 160 folder. Then we have to go for setup bootstrap. Then we have to go for log. In the log, we can see summary.txt. In the summary.txt, it will provide the information. What are the like services and what are the values registered? It will show here. And apart from the summary.txt, there is a one more folder called like a detail.txt. The detail.txt and summary.txt mostly like a same, but the more details available on the detail.txt, it will presented. So here it will show the details why it is failed, like what are the service installed. Okay, but based upon this failure information, we can troubleshoot. But today, quick demo, we are going to focus on there is a one real-time scenario like we are installing the SQL server, and SQL server is almost installation is completed successfully. But in between, if you see here, the SQL server is installing almost done, but in between SQL server virtual machine is got restarted. So that means the VM, what are the services it is running, or like online status, those will be coming out. And once the VM is online, we can log in and check whether SQL Server successfully installed or not. So what we need to do first, once the VM is up, try to check in the service at MSC, then our respective services install or not. In this scenario, we try to install the SQL instance like a prod instance name, but in between SQL server got restarted. So that is the reason instance is not installed here. Okay. Suppose if it is installed also in the last minute, if it is rebooted, that means there is a chance to unregister the fee of the services, unregister the fee of the features in the registry, and as well as the binaries, and as well as the services. Okay. In this scenario, how can you go and recover the failed SQL installation? Okay. So here, what we need to do, as I mentioned here, check here. If the service is installed here, then try to restart it. Most of the scenario, it won't restart because it has lot of dependency. Service is not installed. If it is installed, that is okay. Then what we can do, try to repair the that particular database engine service. If you're going for repair, uh, it will try to install the features what are the left before reboot. But here the services did not install. That means we cannot repair it. So what is the next step? The next step is like we have to clean up the uh, failure services or registry values and the binaries. Then we have to start go for fresh installation. So here how to uninstall the failed services. So here failed service, uninstalling the failed services, or uninstalling the unnecessary SQL server, or maybe uninstall the any SQL server. The procedure is same, but we have to be careful while selecting the which instance we are going to uninstall. So here uh, the previously I tried to install the SQL server, install in between it failed. Once the services comes VM back online, I try to connect the server, that is not connecting. Why? Because that particular registry value, that particular services did not install. So that means it's kind of like a failed failed installation. So in this scenario, we will try to repair the database. Repair the database means repair the SQL Server instance. So how to repair means, then what you need to do, go to uh, the repair can be happen in the two scenarios. Like we can go for uh, setup.exe, or else go to the control panel. So here one method I'm showing for the uh, soft SQL Server software media, and uninstallation I'm going to show the from the control panel. Okay. So now I'm going to do repair the failed SQL Server installation. So for that, I'm going to do the SQL software where I kept. So then go to here. This is setup.exe file. Then try to run as administrator. Once it is open, in the left hand panel, we can see there is a one maintenance option. See here, planning, installation, and maintenance. The repair option will be available in the maintenance blade. Just click maintenance blade, then go to repair. Once you click the repair icon, what it will do, it will go to the next page, and it will show what are the instances we are going to repair and what are the services we are going to do something. Okay, let it load it, then we can come to the actual scenario. But here I am sure that repair it won't work for the failed installation. Why? Because the repair it will work only for the what are the services installed on the particular virtual machine. In our scenario, uh, the SQL server did not registered. If you see here, as I mentioned, I have a lab instance and one default instance. One more instance, I tried to install the prod, but that is unconfigured. If I go for unconfigured, I cannot repair it. So that means we have to go and uninstall it. Suppose if it is install and other services did not configured, then we can go and repair it. But this scenario, the actual database engine itself did not registered. That means we have only option left out, that is uninstall. Okay. How to do uninstall? So here, go to here search button, then search for app and features, then go to app and features, then go to in the right hand side in the middle, search for SQL. If you search for SQL, sorry, bro. Like I'm going for a little bit fast because I want to complete this session as a quick demo. Okay, but coming sessions will go slowly, and we can uninstall the SQL services, and we can uninstall the unwanted services, and we can go for more troubleshoot. Like if it is SQL server is failed, how to check from the detail.txt and how to check from the summary.txt, and where we need to start, why the SQL server is failed, what are the possibilities SQL server is not going to install. Those scenarios we can go for in depth, but this topic for demo for to recover the uninstall, like uninterrupted installation failure. Okay, so now I'm going to do uninterrupted SQL server uninstallation. Okay, so here, come to here, click the SQL Server database engine service file. Here, don't get panic. Just click it. It won't uninstall the all the services. But the thing is like we have to very careful. We have to select it which instance and which service we are going to uninstall. So click here, then click uninstall, then go for uninstall. The coming page is very crucial. We have to be careful and we have to choose it. So then we have to go for remove. In coming page we have to choose very careful what are the database engine service we are going to uninstall. So here we have to choose we in the virtual machine I have a three services in that which I am going to uninstall. Then come to here, then click here, uh, unconfigured prod, uh, unentered services. Then go to click next, then click database in service. If I install other services, those also will show here. Then what we have to do, go on, click next, and completed the rest of pages. Then it will go for uninstallation as a successful. Okay. The latter, what you need to do, you have to go and again start installation from the scratch. It's kind of like a fresh installation. I hope uh, you understand. For the quick demo for uninstall the uninterrupted unfailure SQL Server installation. Okay. Remaining like coming sessions will go for in depth how to uninstall and how to check those like how to check means like how to check in depth for in the detail.txt and how to check in depth for summary.txt. uh, then what, as I mentioned here, what are the main reasons SQL Server is not going to install those scenarios. Okay, these were only quick demo. Okay, thank you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.